was the last time he'd had a bath? And could his name really be Mr. Stink? Chloe was the kind of girl who loved being alone with her thoughts. Often she would sit on her bed and make up stories about Mr. Stink. Sitting on her own in a room, she would come up with all kinds of fantastical tales. Maybe Mr. Stink was a heroic old sailor who had won dozens of medals for bravery, but had found it impossible to adapt to life on dry land. Or perhaps he was a world-famous opera singer, who one night, upon hitting the top note in an aria at the Royal Opera House in London, lost his voice and could never sing again. Or maybe he was really a Russian secret agent who had put on an elaborate tramp disguise to spy on the people of the town. Chloe didn't know anything about Mr. Stink. But what she did know, on that day when she stopped to talk to him for the first time, was that he looked like he needed the £5 note she was holding much more than she did. He seemed lonely too. Not just alone, but lonely in his soul. That made Chloe sad. She knew full well what it was like to feel lonely. Chloe didn't like school very much. Mother had insisted on sending her to a posh all-girls secondary school, and she hadn't made any friends there. Chloe didn't like being at home much either. Wherever she was, she had the feeling she didn't quite fit in. What's more, it was Chloe's least favourite time of year, Christmas. Everyone is supposed to love Christmas, especially children, but Chloe hated it. She hated the tinsel, she hated the crackers, she hated the carols, she hated having to watch the Queen's speech, she hated the mince pies, she hated that it never really snowed like it's supposed to. She hated sitting down with her family to a long, long dinner, and most of all, she hated how she had to pretend to be happy just because it was December the 25th.
"What can I do for you, young lady?"
said Mr. Stink. His voice was unexpectedly posh. As no one had ever stopped to talk to him before, he stared slightly suspiciously at this plump little girl. Chloe was suddenly a little bit frightened. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to talk to the old tramp after all. She had been working up to this moment for weeks, months even. This wasn't how it all played out in her head. To make matters worse, Chloe had to stop breathing through her nose. The smell was starting to get to her. It was like a living thing, creeping its way up her nostrils and burning the back of her throat. Sorry to bother you."
"Yes?"
said Mr. Stink, a little impatiently. Chloe was taken aback. Why was he in such a hurry? He always sat on his bench. It wasn't like he suddenly needed to go somewhere else. At that moment, the Duchess started barking at her. Chloe felt even more scared. Sensing this, Mr. Stink pulled the Duchess's lead, which was really just a bit of old rope, to encourage her to be quiet. "Well," Chloe went on nervously, "my auntie sent me £5 to buy myself a Christmas present, but I don't really need anything, so I thought I would give it to you." Mr. Stink smiled. Chloe smiled too. For a moment, it looked as if he was going to accept Chloe's offer. Then he looked down at the pavement.
"Thank you,"
he said.
"Unimaginable kindness, but I can't take it, sorry."
Chloe was confused. "Why ever not?" she asked.
"Oh, you are but a child. £5 is too generous."
I just thought—"
"It's really kind of you, but I'm afraid I can't accept. Tell me, how old are you, young lady? 10?
12, said Chloe loudly. She was a little short for her age, but liked to think she was grown up in lots of other ways. "I'm 12. 13 on January the 9th.
"Sorry, you're 12, nearly 13. Go and buy yourself one of those new musical stereo discs. Don't you worry about an old vagabond like me."
He smiled. There was a real twinkle in his eye when he smiled. "If it's not rude," said Chloe, "can I ask you a question?"
"Yes, of course you can."
"Well, I would love to know, why do you live on a bench, and not in a house like me?" Mr. Stink shuffled slightly and looked anxious.
It's a long story, my dear. Maybe I will tell you another day."